Tozamba kokonomkhulu sarwasendoda lesukoko bathini bathi umavula kuvala emzini amadoda u-anti Usha, your number one locksmith, cutting the key up in Europe, Turkey, inheritance. I know some of you, when you're talking in inheritance, something is moving in your blood, whether your blood takes a U-turn or whatever, but something happens to your blood. Others are getting excited, others are getting very angry. I've never been in that situation. Yeah, our parents left us a house, and that's it. There were no monies that we had to discuss whether we fight or we agree on them. There was nothing as such. Whatever that the little bit that was there, it was too little. I think it was 40,000 or 19,000 or 49,000, some around there, but it was less than 40,000. And I remember, for the very first time, I own a bed. For the very first time, I own a duvet. I remember my mom bought us single beds, me and my brother and I. And I remember my first night in sleeping in that single bed. And it was amazing. It was an amazing, it was such an upgrade, you know, from the floor to a new bed, you know, with a duvet. It was amazing. That's all. And I'm grateful for that. I'll forever cherish that moment. People have died. People are dying. People are being killed for Amafa, inheritance. Inheritance, it brings pain to many people. So much pain. I know there are people that will watch this and stop and watch it again and stop and maybe watch it on the 5th time because of the memories, sad memories. I know the word inheritance left still continue to make people to be numb when they think about it. Others, they have to. Others, they don't have to. Out of many people that I've helped in those cases, at this moment, I'm sitting with around 6 cases. Sometimes I don't know how to get a breakthrough on those cases. People have proof, have papers, have everything. Others' will is there and everything. Talking about widows, children, you know, former girlfriend, husbands. It's painful to fight for something that you strongly believe it's not worth fighting for because it's yours. Yifa lakho. But we are fair ifa lakho. Please remember that. The pain of being sold to a hitman, only to find out they've sent a hitman that knows the story of your family. And the hitman says, I want to see you. You don't even know they're hitmen. You go, you sit down with them, and they say, I was assigned to kill you, but I know what is happening. I'm going to delay the process. I've been paid already. Please try to resolve this thing. I know this thing belongs to you. I do have such cases. I do have such sad cases that I'm dealing with. People who are saying, Gogo, I was married to this man. I have children with this man. There's a will that was signed, a legal document that was signed for that matter. But the children of the previous marriage are fighting me, who are married, Nohan. I do have such cases that I'm busy with. Families come, other siblings, they've never even bothered to come to see where you stay in the village or wherever that you are staying. But because of Uputu Shonile, and they now come and they have nerve to point ukuthi, I'm going to take this. I'm going to take Lalela. I'm going to take that. I'm taking that. I'm taking that. People are lying in graveyards for what belongs to them. How sad. How painful is that? People are going up and down in courts fighting for what belongs to them. There's many cases that I know that are passing by me. Your boyfriend says to you, you know, my mom wants to see us. And boyfriend's mom says, guys, I know you'll get married, man. I can see you love each other. Come and stay with us here. When you don't have to buy a house. When we die, you'll take over the house. Then your girlfriend moves in. It's nice. You're staying there with your parents. Your parents get old. COVID came, or whatever comes, Ebola or whatever, or old age, they passed on. It's fine. Then boom, your siblings, my brother, they come, and you see what now they're now starting, but they leave you. Then as soon as you die, when their sibling, the brother, as soon as you ukhathele baguette, then they come knocking, then they chase umntana bantu out with a baby. Your baby, for that matter. No, this is home. Kusekhaya lana. Fair. But only to find out ukuthi the parents, because the sibling or siblings that are fighting for that house, they are nowhere to be found because the parents, while they were still alive, they've managed to write down ukuthi this house belongs to him and her, with their names and their surnames and their ID numbers. Yes, they are not married. Doesn't matter. Will has nothing to do with that sometimes. Boom. So now the sister is fighting because of she has realized ukuthi the house belongs to her. Because of Uprada Pela Ushonin. Now the house was belonging to them. The same family house, yes. Then what's going to happen? We don't know. These ones, they said, but the bottom line, this is our home. We don't care what our parents decided about us. And who's saying that it's somebody, maybe who was married and just came back because of the failed marriage. Maybe who didn't care about their parents. She or he didn't care what the parents eat or what. No. Life was going on wherever she was, wherever he was. Other cases, the brother was in jail. Even before he went to jail, parents wanted nothing to do with him. And he had his own properties and everything. We don't know what happened. Inheritance. Inheritance have made people to be evil. Because things that people say, Goko, you know when somebody says, Goko, I'm willing to take whatever to prove myself on that. Goko, I'm willing to do anything. I remember this lady phoning me, trying to phone me, and then got hold of me via WhatsApp. I was in Ghana. She said, Goko, I just realized that you are in Ghana. Apparently, you can get something there that can make them move out of the house. That house belongs to my children. I was married to that man. Yes, we had our differences. I moved back home because of the abuse that was there. But that house belongs to me. I was married to him, and On the time of dying, we were still married. I'm entitled to that house and I want to fight it for my children. Where must my children go? Now they say I came back because of he has died. Yes, that's true, Kok. Because I was in an abusive relationship, abusive marriage, toxic marriage for that matter. What then do you do? What then do you say? Koko, please bring me something. Koko, I'm willing to pay whatever. I'm willing to do anything to prove my point. I want to fight for that house. How many houses do you know that have been burnt down and nobody burnt them? Nobody lit them. No one. But they were set on fire traditionally. By traditional science, it does happen. I know I've stopped the guy who wanted to use a bulldozer to go and bulldoze the family house. He said, I'm willing to go to jail. I said, no, now you're stupid. Papers are talking to you and everything. They are on your side. Let's work on this. Let's go through this process the right way. We have a problem with inheritance. Amafa, they divided many families. Not not just divided, destroyed many families. Destroyed many families till today. And most of the people who are struggling with that inheritance is people. It's people who deserve, not just deserve actually, who are supposed to be, not be fighting for that. It belongs to them. It's written down. But where are the roots of this problem? Where people end up fighting for this inheritance? Amafa. It starts with people before they die. We love to live our lives as if we are not going to die. And we like to take shortcuts. There are many people that have wills, but those wills are not legal, recognized. They are not recognized legally. It is just a piece of paper that has been written, Oti, this is what it is not registered anywhere. Tip number one, make sure Oti, your will is registered and you get a legal advice. Because if ever you got the wrong legal advice, somebody can challenge that will and they can win it in the court of law, legally so. That's tip number one. Tip number two, be fair. Or be fair first, and you being fair, get a legal advice. That's number two. Be fair when you're drafting that will, then get a legal advice. But I'm not doing this video to give tips and everything in terms of in any sequence. No. I'm just saying, let's avoid this fight, this killing. There's a lot of killings because of inheritance. There's another silence killer that is hiding. People that are not aware of that other people are being killed for insurances. We heard the story about Rosemary. People are rich today because of insurances. The painful part, they don't even want even to contribute. I mean a burial business. I see these things whereby family members, they don't even want to contribute, and They have money, they claimed because of, they came to you to say they want a death certificate. They went to the family and they demanded a death certificate. Suddenly, they are not contributing anything. But they want to achieve, they want to earn something, they want to achieve, they want to get something, they want to grab something. Family houses, cars. Other people, they've left their kids, not taking care of them. Their kids, they don't even know their fathers. Then their kids, they grow up, they have girlfriends, they have children and everything. And when your son dies, you go running. This belongs to my son. You take cars, you take houses, you take everything. What about the person that your son was staying with? Yes, I support the law sometimes. Ukuthi, fat and said is recognized by the law. Ukuthi, you cannot stay with umntana bantu for a certain period of time and the next thing, boom, just like that. Just like that, you die and then your family will want to come and take whatever. What about things that you've bought together? What about this life that you have built together? My tips are very simple. If you are in a fight of inheritance, doesn't matter what you are fighting for, make sure that you have an upper hand. Make sure that you have an upper hand. And it must be something that you can swear to God and your ancestors to say, I have all the right to fight for this. This belongs to me. Don't tell me about things that belongs to your brother and your brother has children. Your brother had a person that was staying with. Don't tell me about your sister. Your sister has children. And your sister was staying with a guy. Because sometimes when we fight for these things, we actually forget ukuthi we have sisters and brothers of our own. We forget ukuthi we have girls and boys of our own. Turn around the situation. Flip the situation. Make it yours. Turn it, personalize the situation and ask yourself, how would you feel? Gogo, I've heard what you were in Ghana. Gogo, please bring me something very strong. Gogo, please bring me something very strong. I'm willing to do what it takes to get back what belongs to my father. There's a story I've heard. I'm following that story very close in Durban. The lady the father left the house with. Everything. The father was staying alone. Yes, he was dating somebody at the time, but they were not staying together. Not at all. The father, everything. The house belongs to the lady and everything. I mean, to the daughter. And the girlfriend decided to burn a house because she calculated something that does not belong to her. So, sisaseyakho leyana. Why did you burn it? He has children. The conversations are still there on the phone, whereby the father was screenshotting and sharing the conversation that she got on the father's phone. Ukuthi, this lady was pushing for what they must stay together. And the guy was clear to say, listen, I love you, but I can't stay with you. You have your own house that when you die, you're going to live for your children. I have the same. I have one daughter that I want to leave this house for. That's the only child I have. Listen to this lady on the conversation on the WhatsApp. But she will be married, and now you are you saying you want to give that house to a boyfriend or to the husband to your daughter, and the husband, the boyfriend, then to the lady responded yes. Till today, they are in and out of courts fighting for that house. She denies it. There's footage of her buying the petrol at the nearby filling station. There's a neighbor who's the witness. The first neighbor died. The second neighbor still alive. And the second neighbor faced her and told her straight to say, you'll never do anything for me. I'll fight for this child. Ujwayele wena ukudlimiza abantu. And there's something interesting. For these people that are fighting for these houses, there's always a track record. Oguti, the partner died. The partner died. There's something. It is very important to before you move in, before you decide to move in, think twice, my sister. Think twice, my brother. Is that what you want? Uzoyimela lento eqalayo. People, they find themselves now where hiring hitmen, hiring top lawyers to fight what is theirs. It is not fair. And Moti doesn't come cheap. No, Moti doesn't come cheap. Going out there, out in forces and everything, Moti doesn't come cheap if you're fighting such thing. There are people that are staying in houses that they were not supposed to stay at. Aye, Lalela, you'll go there and put your stuff, and everything. They don't sleep at night. Something is bothering them and everything. You put and everything. They don't tell you the truth. Coco, this is my house. This is my house, all right? You set your bombs as a healer to say you want to see what is happening. You fail. You fail. Only to find out now you are facing the owner of the house. Now you are fighting with the owner of the house. 9-9. Why? Because the owner of the house has an upper hand. Ogote, this person is not supposed to be here. This house belongs to my children. Coco, I can hear this man walking. Coco, when I go to drink water at the kitchen, I could see her sitting on the dining room across. This other lady told me, pushing Jesse. And she switched on the light and nothing. It's like, but she was here. And then she called me. There's nothing I can do. Others at the later stage, after she has spent so much money on me, then that's when she tells me, yeah, Coco, kahle kahle, Coco, don't judge. Don't judge me, Coco. I really loved this man, and I fought for this house. What will, I did this, I did that, and when he was sick, I made him to sign. What. Damn woman, you were supposed to start with that from the beginning. You lied to me from the beginning. Now we need to start afresh. That's another man. Unfortunately, we have such cases. Inheritance, it's something that is very sensitive. Let's do things that you'll make sure when you have died, your children can fight, it's fine. But there's a document that you've left, a legal document that is left that says, this one belongs to who, this one belongs to who, this one belongs to who. And please, when you are writing that will, when you are making that will, remember the children, even of the woman that you want nothing to do with her. Even if those children are not talking to you because of the influence they have from their parents, remember them when you're writing that will. Because the bottom line is, they are your children. It's nothing as painful as having a child fighting for something that you were supposed to make it clear. Naye is mine. Naye belongs here into the Senate. Naye deserves this a cut. Let's be fair. Do this before you add your sisters, your brothers. Because other wills you can just tell ukuthi an old man with children and everything, but there's aunt in the will. Suddenly there's this aunt, there's this uncle. Hayibo, njani kunebantwana. I'm not telling people how to write their wills, but remember you have children and consider all your children. Even the one you are denying it's yours, and you know deep down ukuthi that one is yours. You can see that head ukuthi no, the size fits the puzzle in your family. Please write him or her. And again, if you're fighting for inheritance, make sure you have an upper hand. It's tough. Things that people are doing, it's tough. There's a lady, every time when she reaches 3 months pregnant, boom, miscarriage. Every time. Until she called me and said, Gogo, we're pregnant with a fiance. And I said, move out, go stay with your fiance for the period of your pregnancy. They've got a baby boy now, a bouncing baby boy. Which means there's something wrong into the house that she calls home. She had to go and stay somewhere for 9 full months and a couple of other months. Why? Because of we were trying to save this child. It's up to us. Be careful when you get married. What contract do you sign? Be careful when you write that will. Remember, will looks beyond when it comes to children. But don't depend on that. Put them inside the will. Put them on that will to say, I have a child, even if that child is not known by the wife, put it there. Even if the husband doesn't know that you had a child before the one that he knows, put that child there. The will is private and confidential. You'll be dead when he realizes that. The bottom line, that is your child. And be careful when you are fighting with somebody who's fighting for what belongs to them and they're coming with muti. Be careful. Be careful. Things that people do with muti out there. Yes, yes. There are families whereby nobody works. Lalela, yeah, you fought for that house, and you won that house. That does not belong to you. Your children were very young. And there's traps there. Whoever that stays to that house must not progress in life. There are people that are not progressing in life. They're not going anywhere. No marriage, nothing. Nothing. There's nothing happening. They give birth here and everything. There's a girlfriend, there's boyfriends staying here. There's a great child staying here and everything. Because of they are trapped. They are captured. Not to progress in life. Because they are staying at the wrong address. And only to find out they were left there by a selfish parent who fought for something that doesn't belong to her or him. Then gone. Gone. Where does it leave children? Stranded. Why other children, when they move out of home and they realize things are coming okay when they're not at home, and then their healers tell them to say, don't ever put your foot at home and don't even contribute, because there's something that has been done at your home. And the more you contribute and everything, you are making that thing to eat your money. You'll never progress in life. For as long as you take your money to your mother or to your father in that house, you'll never progress. You are staying in the wrong house. And then you go, you ask your parents, they say, we are here because of we belong here. What? My sister, I was the one who was taking care of my sister, or whatever many stories people will tell you that are taking people's properties and everything, inheritance and everything. Boom. You're stuck. Till you are told, never set your foot there ever again if you want to be progressive in life. Be careful when you fight inheritance. Amafa. People are filling up graves, fighting for what belongs to them. Amafa. Thokozani.